Yeah, and how about a contrast here, Mike?
Well, it is. Chen throws about 86 miles an hour. Paxton about 95. And I think with James Paxton, you have to be impressed. He's had 3 starts. He's 2-0 with a 2.12 ERA, and that is against the St. Louis Cardinals, the Detroit Tigers, and the Tampa Bay Rays. 3 quality clubs. So he's been really pitching well. I like the fact that he uses his fastball. He'll use it effectively. He'll throw it about 75% of the time. He's going to get after the Kansas City Royals today. And you also see a curveball and an occasional changeup. But I think overall, the month of September for James Paxton has been a success.
For sure, and the Mariners certainly could use a pick-me-up coming off the tough extra inning loss last night to these Kansas City Royals. Speaking of which, let's take a look back at some of the crazy things that happened last night. Brought to you by Ford. We are local. By Safeco Insurance. Do more. And by the Emerald Queen Casino, bringing you the hilariously irreverent comedy duo Cheech and Chong, November 16th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com. Cloudy night here in Seattle. We get ready for the second game of the series against the Kansas City Royals. Right now, let's toss it to Tom Glasgow. Tom, what's going on in the wild card chase?
I tell you what, Dave, we got a number of teams just trying to hang on and survive at least one more day. We're going to take you to 3 different locations around Major League Baseball. Let's start in New York. The Yankees on the verge of elimination, taking on the Rays. Tampa getting 3 in the top of the first. Matt Joyce sends a Hiroki Kuroda pitch over the wall, and right now the Rays leading the Yankees 5-0 in the 8th. The Cleveland Indians at home holding the second wild card spot, facing the White Sox. Game tied at 2 in the 7th. Jason Kipnis comes up with a clutch single. That brings in a run. The Tribe taking a 3-2 lead, but it's the White Sox now in front 4-3 in the 9th. Let's head to Arlington. The Rangers beginning play 1 game out of a wild card spot tonight, hosting the Astros. Texas trailing by a run until Giovanni Soto drives home Adrian Beltre. The Rangers even the game at 1. Now the Rangers then get the go-ahead run in the 5th inning. Ian Kinsler will single. Craig Gentry comes around to score. The Rangers take a 2-1 lead. Texas now leading Houston 3-2 in the 6th. So let's take a look at your wild card standings. Tampa right now has the top wild card spot. The Tribe with a 1-game lead over Texas. Kansas City still in the mix, and the Yankees in some trouble right now, 4 games back. We got baseball here tonight, of course. Game 2 of 3 between the Mariners and Kansas City Royals. We've got the starting lineups and the first pitch from James Paxton coming your way right here on Root Sports.
What a night here in Seattle as we get ready for the second game of a 3-game set with the Kansas City Royals. Very much in a wild card chase as we come down to the final few games of the 2013 season. Welcome everybody to Mariner Baseball. It's the Mariners and the Royals. From Safeco Field here in Seattle, Dave Sims, Mike Flowers and the Root Sports crew. Young James Paxton taking the mound against the veteran Bruce Chen. Couple of lefties on the mound this evening. Let's take a look at that Kansas City batting order that will face the youngster from British Columbia.
Leading off, it'll be Alex Gordon. Gordon last night on base 4 times last night, so they need to do a better job with the leadoff hitter for the Royals. Bonifacio hitting second. Then it is Eric Hosmer, 58 multi-hit games That leads the American League. He has really turned things around, hitting over 300. The DH and cleanup hitter will be Billy Butler. Perez with the game-winning hit last night. He will hit 5th. Then it's Maxwell, Kane, Moustakas, and Escobar rounding out the 9-4 of the Royals. James Paxton really has pitched well in the month of September. 3 starts for him, 2-0. Left the game in Detroit ahead and ended up being a no decision for him, but a 2.12 ERA in 17 innings. He has 11 strikeouts. So James has really pitched well. Will use his fastball effectively, throw it about 75% of the time, mix in a curveball, an occasional cut fastball, and a changeup. And the defense for the Mariners tonight brought to you by T-Mobile. Saunders in left field, Almonte in center. Franklin Gutierrez with a home run last night. He will be out in right. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third, Miller and Franklin playing up the middle, Justin Smoak, the first baseman, and Mike Zunino will do the catching tonight. And the last start for James, no decision against the Tigers. This is what I was talking about. He went 5 innings and they only gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Too many walks for him. You see the 4 walks, so he'll have to cut that down tonight. Threw 95 pitches in that outing against one of the better lineups you're going to see. So overall, James Paxton has pitched well.
First 3 starts, he's gone 95 pitches, 97 pitches, and 95 pitches again. He's got Alex Gordon. He'll lead off for the Royals, who are 14-7 here in the month of September. It's the best record they've put up this season. Starting today, 3 games out in the wild card chase.
See Alex Gordon 2 for 4 last night, but he also had a couple of walks, ended up scoring 2 runs.
First pitch up high, ball 1. Bill Miller's got home plate tonight. Gary Cedarstrom at first, Kerwin Danley at second, and Vic Carapazza at third. 58 degrees. Temperature has been plummeting over the last hour or so, to say the least. People came well prepared out in right field. Wind out of the east at 1 mile per hour. A miss by Gordon, 1-2. Bounced up there, 2-2. Jason Giambi just hit a 2-run homer. And the Cleveland Indians are in big trouble right now. This one off the plate, the old Baltimore chop. Bare hand, Miller get no play, base hit. So Jason Giambi, 2-run homer for Cleveland, just wins it for the Tribe. This is up to the minute standings. Cleveland with a big win. They had a good crowd tonight, too. 87-70. 1 more game with the White Sox, 4 at Minnesota.
It's a good schedule for the Indians.
We called that about a month ago.
Yep. And it's working out for them. They've been playing well.
Here's Bonifacio.
They had won 4 in a row, so now 5 in a row with that walk-off home run by Giambi. And they've been playing well going into the game. They've won 8 out of their last 10, so taking advantage of it, and I think that's what you have to do.
Good momentum.
I have to give them a lot of credit.
Paxton behind 2-0 to Bonifacio.
Good fastball here in the first inning from James. That last one that he missed with was at 95 miles an hour. One of the things we've seen from him is he can get some ground balls to help himself out. He throws a heavy fastball. So you'll see some ground balls today, and the guys will have a chance to turn some double plays for him.
Here's an opportunity here. Franklin to Miller. Miller coming over the top with that throw. Good call. 2 down.
Well, this is the thing that you have to really like about James, at least that I do. I know he has an overpowering fastball, but I like the fact that there's some movement and it's heavy. Him throwing downhill, he gets a lot of ground balls, and he's able to help himself with a 4-6-3 double play here in the first. And I still think there's plenty of room for him to improve with his breaking ball and his changeup, Dave. He basically gets by with just a good heavy fastball. A lot to like.
There's Eric Hosmer. Fine year for him. Tied for 8th in batting at .302. Among the hit leaders. Tied for 7th with 182 hits. Leads the league in multi-hit ball games.
That was a good cut fastball from James. He'll throw that pitch more than he will his slider. And he has a good curveball.
Hit through the hole. That's one of the big differences with Hosmer this year, using the entire field base hit.
You have to give him some credit. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, but again, it's on the ground. It finds the hole. Take a look at the swing by Eric Hosmer, one of the young players. Last year, had struggled through the year. A lot of question marks about him, but he's a talented young man and figured things out. Ended up getting it turned around and having a fine year.
Brings up Billy Butler, batting in a cleanup spot. Strike one to Billy. Billy 5th in the league in walks. 1 for 3 last night.
I can understand clubs early in the season pitching around him. He's a really good designated hitter. He's a clutch hitter for him.
I'll say.
But I also really like the young man that's on deck. Salvador Perez, the catcher for the Kansas City Royals, he has done his share of damage, and I think it's making it more and more difficult to pitch around anybody in their lineup. And when you look at this club last year and how young they were and some of their struggles, a bunch of them have stepped up and played well, and that's been a big difference for them.
Butler's 6th in batting average, runners in scoring position, 348, and Perez is 2nd at 370. Only Cabrera is ahead of him at 403. 2-1 to count to Billy. Three and 1 from Paxton. There's Perez. He's on deck, the catcher. 3 for 6 last night. Knocked in 2 runs. Michael Wacha of the Cardinals into the 8th inning. Through 8 with a no-hitter. He's thrown 99 pitches against the Washington Nationals and has walked 2. Payoff here to Butler. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Zunino holds on, and that'll do a double play and a strikeout. Couple of hits in the inning. No harm done. Mariners coming to bat here at Citgo Field. Wild card chase. Ned Yost's ball club, the Kansas City Royals trying to hang in, but how about this pinch hit in the bottom of the 9th at Cleveland? 42-year-old Jason Giambi gone. I mean, no doubt about it. I can hear our friend Tom Hamilton on radio just absolutely losing his cookies on that one. 5-4 Tribe. Walk off by the Jambino.
And to think that he was interviewing for the manager's job for the Rockies this year, and look at him now.
Oh, man.
Probably happy he didn't get it.
The old man himself, Jason Giambi. That's impressive. 438 home runs for him in his career. Meanwhile, in the Cardinals-Nats game, Michael Wacha 2 outs away from a no-hitter. Here's Brad Miller, 1-0. So fouled back. Bruce Chen will work quickly. So I don't have a lot. I don't want to give too much time to think about it, so I'm going to just keep pumping them up here.
His fastball average around 86 miles an hour. Has a good curveball and a changeup. Relies on changing speeds, his location, and he has been around for a long time. So the Mariners, they saw him earlier when they were in Kansas City, so they have an idea of what they're up against tonight.
Put it in play. Backhand by the shortstop Escobar. Pulls Hosmer off the bag. Base hit.
Good way to start for the Mariners tonight. Take a look at the rest of the lineup. Brought to you by Chevron. Miller with a base hit. Then it's Almonte. Kyle Seager. Kyle Seager, base champ, 4 for 8 with a couple of home runs for Seager tonight. And then it is Morales. Gutierrez with a home run in last night's game. Justin Smoak Saunders also homered to tie the game up. So back-to-back home runs from Gutierrez and Saunders, both in the lineup tonight. Zunino hitting 8th, and Nick Franklin rounding out the 9-4 of the Mariners. And Chen on the year, 8-3 record, a 3.13 ERA. 69 strikeouts, 30 walks.
Or if you listen to or watch Braves TV back in the late 90s, Chen was a guy they raved about. He's been in the big leagues since 1998 at age 21 with Atlanta.
It might be easier for you to go through the teams that he hasn't played for.
Hey, great way to make a living. He's in his 15th year.
That's right. And he's pitched well. ERA just over 3.
Almonte shows bunt. Ball 1. Played for Atlanta, Philly, the Mets, Montreal, Cincinnati, Houston, Boston, Baltimore, Texas, and now Kansas City. He's been with the Royals since '09. Line drive into center field. Abraham Almonte. So here come the Mariners. First 2 men have reached.
Solid base hit off the bat of Almonte. So he has reached base safely in all 18 games now with this solid base hit up the middle. Then take a look at T-Mobile defense for the Royals. Gordon in left. Payne moves from right field last night out to center field. Maxwell, the right fielder tonight. Moustakas at third. Escobar and Bonifacio playing up the middle. Eric Hosmer, one of the better defensive first basemen in the American League. Then Salvador Perez will do the catching.
Here's Kyle Seager. 1 for 4 last night with a double. Center field for Lorenzo Cain. Makes the grab. Both run. Yeah. You had it all the way, right? You saw it?
Yeah. I thought Brad would try him and try to tag up and get to third. Decided not to, and Cain made up his mind he was going to throw to second. An opportunity missed for the Mariners.
Michael Wacha of St. Louis. He just lost the no-hitter on an infield single with 2 outs in the 9th. Tom Glasgow is going to have that highlight for us soon. 1 out, 2 on. Brings up Kendrys Morales. 0 for 5 last night. 9 for 37 on the road trip. Fouled off. Batting average 276. Team leader ahead of Seager's 264 beginning today.
Also leads the team in RBIs.
Outside to Kendrys. Bruce Chen in his 15th game, 11th start against the Mariners, 4-1 with a 3.21 ERA. Through the hole, base hit. Brownie waving Miller. Here's the throw by Gordon. It is offline. Chen will throw down to second and hold Morales at first. 1-0 Mariners. RBI for Morales, his 79th.
Well, he's done this all year. He's been one of the best hitters in the lineup for the Mariners, driving in runs as he gets a base hit through the left side of the infield. Wasn't sure if they were going to send Brad. We saw Alex Gordon throw out a runner last night. He has 17 assists on the year, so I wasn't sure they were going to try him, but it was a good thing that they did because they picked up a run, and Almonte, paying attention, was able to move around to third from first.
Almonte, the second on the base hit, to third on the E7 by Alex Gordon. So runners at the corners again, 1 out. Here's Franklin Gutierrez. Strike one to Goody. 1 for 3 with a home run last night. Ian Saunders went back-to-back home runs in the 8th inning to tie it at 5-5. We went to extra innings. An RBI double by Salvador Perez won it for Kansas City in the 12th inning. 6-5. One. Goody 3 for 12 against Bruce Chen. Here in the first inning, Mariners with 3 hits and a run. All 2 strikes. Almonte's at third, Morales at first. Bruce Chen, born in Panama City, Panama. 1-2. Struck him out. 2 down. We'll bring up Justin Smoak. Chen swinging back. Right-handed. Against the veteran Bruce Chen. Smoak 2 for 11 against the Royals left-hander. Ball 1 to Smoak. 2 last night with a walk.
Justin had been struggling from this side of the plate for the switch hitter. Ended up hitting his first home run right-handed when we were in Anaheim. It's a 2-run home run. Ended up being the difference in the game with the Mariners won. 18 home runs overall on the year for Smoak.
Good count for him, 2-0. Chen backs off. Popped up. Hosmer going to take a look. Comes back to him. And that'll do it for the Mariners. They do get a run on 1, 2, 3 hits. Tom Glasgow is going to have the highlight of Ryan Zimmerman breaking up the no-no against the Cardinals when we get back.
At Safeco Field. Welcome to the Ford Sports Desk, everyone. I'm Tom Glasgow. Dave was telling you about the near no-no in St. Louis, so let's take you there and show you what happened. Ryan Zimmerman at the plate facing that man, Michael Wacha. Again, 1 out away from the no-hitter. Zimmerman coming in on the plate. Pete Kozma safe at first. Zimmerman gets there. So close for Michael Wacha. Does not get the no-no, but the Cardinals do get the 2-0 win, guys.
All right, Tom. You reminded me of Howard Cosell there, Tom, when he said, "That man, look at him, that man." I like Billy Crystal doing Howard Cosell. Here in the booth, Dan Wilson joins us right now. That's got to be murder when you get down to the last out,
especially
right?
a hit like that.
Oh,
yeah,
you want a bullet hit, right?
Yeah, he hits a screamer up the middle somewhere, Danny. Right? I mean, what a chopper over the mound.
Yeah, that's a tough way to lose it. I tell you what, it looked like he almost was able to get a glove on it too, but tough way to lose it.
Nice play by Brad Miller to retire Salvador Perez. Been a tough go here for the Mariners. I know you've been watching here and there. What kind of things have jumped out at you in this last few weeks?
Well, I'll tell you the one thing that's jumped out is this guy on the mound tonight, Mr. Paxton. I think he's really turned some heads here. He's pitched against some tough teams, like we talked about, teams that are in the playoffs, and has pitched very, very well. And I think Mariners have got to be excited about what they've seen from him on the mound, and that's been a big bright spot for me in the last couple weeks.
And we saw in the first inning, you and I were talking about it. I was saying he throws a heavy fastball, and we saw it in the first inning with the amount of ground ball outs.
Yeah, and I think he's going to get a lot of those. I think, you mentioned that heavy ball. He's going to break some bats, Mike. He's got good movement, but he's not afraid to pitch inside. He's going to break some handles in there and get those ground balls when he needs them.
Maxwell, big, strong outfielder, pinch hit last night. Went 1 for 3, got a ground rule double to left. 2 days ago, had a walk-off grand slam to win a ball game for the Royals. It was against Texas. Second time in his career he's done that. He did that for the Nationals against the Mets a few years ago. Ball, 2 strikes.
Danny, I know you came to us in 93, right? Or 94? 94. And you were in the big leagues in 93?
Yes, Cincinnati.
So at the end of the year, how much did you think on your own what you needed to improve, and how much did they call you and tell you what you needed to work on?
I don't really remember getting a call in the offseason at all about what you needed to work on. I think over the course of a season, it becomes pretty apparent to you the things that you need to work on to stay consistent at a big league level. I think the coaches throughout the year are working on things that you continue to work on in the offseason, adjustments you need to make. But I think a lot of times it's just an inkling that you have. It's you play the games, you understand the game, and you know the things that you
have
need
to be honest
adjust
with
to.
yourself, right?
Yeah, you really do. I mean, it's. I think sometimes we're afraid to work on things we're not good at, and some of our weaknesses. And I think it's important to go ahead in the offseason, especially, and work on some of those things that you don't do well, and try to make those things better when you come back the next year.
First time you were honest with yourself, what did you work on?
Every part of the game, Dave. Obviously for me, my hitting was always something that I needed to work on. And for the young player, when I was a younger player, really needed to get stronger and bigger. And that was a focus for a couple of off seasons, putting on some size, was able to work. Pete Smoak, a local guy here who got me a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. That helped with the bat speed. And then it became fine-tuning some things. But you're always working and you're always adjusting and making those adjustments.
1-2 to Lorenzo Cain, the center fielder. 2 out, nobody on. A Morales RBI single to left has the Mariners up 1-0.
The thing I like about James that we've seen too, Dan, I don't know how much you've seen him pitch since he's been here. He will do that often. He will pitch inside and move guys around.
That's a fair ball. Saunders will get it in. 21st double for Lorenzo Cain.
Cain had a double in last night's game and gets another one right here. Saunders playing left field. You see that kick up the chalk. Arapaza, the third base umpire tonight, made the call right away.
Mike Moustakas is going to be the hitter.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. You mentioned pitching inside. One of those things. Not every pitcher knows how to do it and do it effectively. I think
wants to.
And I think one of the things you like to see from James Paxton is the fact that he's going to move some guys' feet in there. And you saw that on the previous pitch to the double. But he moved Kane off the plate, got him to move his feet a little bit. And there's a difference between pitching in and throwing in there effectively or just throwing in there. And I think he's going to be able to do it effectively.
I think the thing that'll help him with that too is as he goes in and improves his changeup and improves the curveball, when he does go in there, he'll have something to go right back away with that'll speed up the bat and maybe get him a few easier outs too as he polishes those pitches up.
Yeah, and that's obviously what you're going in for, is to open up that outside part of the plate for the off-speed stuff. And
Paxton trying to finish off Moustakas, and he does. Tagged by Zunino. Moustakas in a bad way right now, 0 for his last 11. And seizing on it is James Paxton. 1-0 Mariners.
Over the Royals. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. I guess you could call this elimination week in Major League Baseball. Another team has been bounced from playoff contention. The Baltimore Orioles lose a 6th straight game. They fall at home to the Blue Jays 3-2 in 10 innings. So the Orioles are out of the wild card race. And by the way, that is the 238th extra inning game in the Bigs this season. That is a new Major League record. Of course, the Mariners have been involved in 21 of those. And nobody knows that better than Dave, Mike, and Dan.
All right, Tommy, thank you. Yes, the Mariners 6-15 in extra inning games, and when you add in the 1- and 2-run decisions, the Mariners have a record of 42 up and 56 down.
Did you see the end of the Cleveland game today, Dan? I know you were over on the radio side when we were doing the highlight. Did you see it?
No.
Jason Giambi, walk-off home run.
I heard that. I followed that up with the fact that he's the oldest player, I think, to ever hit a walk-off home run.
42.
Just, thinking how great that moment is for him. All these games are so important. And here's Jason still going out. And this is after he was one of the finalists to get the Rockies manager's job.
Yeah.
And now doesn't get that job, ends up going on the bench for Terry Francona, and he's in the middle of the mix again, still getting it done. It's amazing.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Tampa Bay pounded the Yankees. Bottom 9 now. Tampa Bay 7-0 at the stadium in New York. The Rays hanging tough.
I don't think the Rays or Cleveland, I just don't think they're going to make it easy for Texas to try to sneak back in there. Texas has really struggled this month, and it's cost them, because now being a game back, I'm not sure they're going to be able to make it up.
They're up 3-2 Texas at home against Houston, top of the 8th, as Zunino fouls one back.
It's always tough when you need help, though, isn't it, Dan? This time of year, you keep going and winning, and you need help, and it
just doesn't seem to come, does
That's
it?
right.
0-1 to Zunino. That'll get out of play. Like Zio for 4 last night. That's what Chen has done to this point. Breaking ball upstairs. 1-2. Mariners lead on a Morales RBI single in the first. Two balls, 2 strikes. Mariners trying to end a 5-game home losing streak. And fouled into the glove of Perez. 2 down. Second strikeout for Chen.
We'll take a look at it. This is one of the best fastballs you're going to see from Chen. It's 88 miles an hour. I would say that's just about topping out for him.
Pretty good location with that pitch, Mike, up and in on the hands.
Tough to get to, especially when you have that changeup or slow curveball in the back of your mind.
Yep.
Makes that 88 look more like 95, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's tough to cover both sides of the plate no matter what they're or how hard they're throwing.
Popped up. Foul. Franklin coming off a 1-for-3 night last evening. Oakland trying to get the best record in the American League. A's trailing at the Angels right now, 1-0. Top of the third, Jason Vargas on the mound for the Angels. Two and two here to Franklin. Tampa Bay closes out the Yankees 7-0 final. Full count now.
Well, Oakland has a chance if they can win that game. Right now, Colorado is beating Boston. They're in the 7th inning, and Colorado's up 6-1. Oakland 1 game back of Boston for the best record.
3-2. Foul back. We'll do it again.
It's an interesting look at the tracer right there, Dan. It seems that guys like Chen who don't throw real hard, when you see that thing, typically you'll see those little spots all the way around the hitting area and nothing in the middle of the plate.
Yeah, and he's worked the corners, but really working the zone up in the zone.
Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 for the ballgame so far for Bruce Chen. Mariners lead it 1-0. 23rd. Make sure you come to Fan Appreciation Night this Friday. You could drive off in a Ford C-Max Hybrid. We're giving away a set of keys every inning that could start your brand new car. It's just one of many prizes given away as part of Fan Appreciation Night at Safeco Field. For more details on what's sure to be one of the biggest nights of the year, visit mariners.com/thanks. Well, James Paxton out of Lander, BC. Some friends and family and fans here at the ballpark tonight watching the big left-hander. On strike one, Alcides Escobar, the shortstop for Kansas City. Paxton has struck out 3 tonight. Benefited from a double play in the first inning. Keep Escobar off the bases. 21 for 21 in base stealing. Number one base stealing team in the league with 148. Kansas City makes up for the fact that they're last in home runs with all those stolen bases. Mariners are 4th in homers. 3 call. Well, Escobar is gone. That's back-to-back strikeouts and 3 strikeouts in the last 4 hitters faced by Paxton. Coming up on Friday, our CenturyLink link to what's next. These guys have faced off before. It's a good matchup. Bartolo Colon, Felix Hernandez. Felix in his final start of the season.
Felix has the ERA under 3 again. Also looking to go over 200 innings pitched. Already 210 strikeouts for him.
A lot could be riding. No doubt will be riding on those games for the Oakland Athletics. Top of the order, here's Alex Gordon. Dribble and foul.
Gordon with an infield base hit to start the game off for the Royals. Paxton was able to come right back and get a double play ball.
Say with that at bat with Escobar there, the strikeout, Mike, pretty impressive job of pitching and really calling back there by Mike Zunino. A couple of fastballs to get ahead, a curveball down out of the zone, and then froze him on the inside with that good fastball.
Easy play for Franklin. 2 down. Let's check in with Tom Glasgow.
Dave from the Ford Sports Desk. We told you moments ago that it is over for the Baltimore Orioles in terms of the postseason. The Yankees are about ready to join them. Tampa Bay putting it to the Bronx Bombers tonight 7-0. So New York 5 back of Cleveland for the second wild card spot with 5 games left to play. You get the math. They are in it deep. Let's send it back upstairs.
All right, Tommy, thank you very much. Emilio Bonifacio for the second time. Bounced into a double play. First inning. Danny got an early playoff personal favorite. I know things haven't been locked up yet, but who do you like?
You know, I'm going to go with either Oakland or Boston. I think these 2 teams are, you know, they've been in it the last couple of years, and Boston not last year, but has that long history. I just like the way their team's playing right now. I don't think, and Mike knows this very well, I don't like the wild card 1-game playoff situation. It really puts you in the hole to start the playoffs with your number 2 guy going, so I'm not going to go with the wild card, but I think Boston or Oakland is the favorite right now.
And I think that if you look at it with the Tigers, and we just saw it this day from being there, their bullpen is in a lot of trouble, and your bullpen is huge when you get into the postseason, Dan. You have to have those guys that you know can lock it down, and they just don't have it. They've struggled all year, even though they can hit, and they're starting pitching, probably the best starting pitching overall when you look 1 through 5, but their bullpen is in trouble.
Yeah, you got to be able to depend on that bullpen late in those games, and
because most of them are going to be tight.
Yeah, they are, and most of those games are won in that 6th, 7th, and 8th inning, and you want to have a good, strong bullpen. So I don't know. It's going to be a good series.
Swing and a miss. Bonifacio's gone. He got that inning done. Paxton did in 12 pitches. So family, friends, and fans They exult. It's 1-0 Mariners. NSF Railway, the engine that connects us. By Jack in the Box, go big at participating Jack in the Box with Jack's really big chicken sandwich combos for only $3.99 plus tax. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Brett Miller vacuumed up by Hosmer. Quick one down. Oktoberfest getting ready for it. Today's the 23rd. Those fans had a big pregame festival out in the pen. Well attended. Dancing, some beer, and merriment. Here's Almonte, solid base hit center. There's the bunt. It looks like a good one. Just got him. Nice play by the veteran Bruce Chen.
It's a well-executed bunt by Almonte, and what a play by Chen getting off the mound. Our money tree in time game play of the game. Barehanded in a quick flip, and the key to it is he throws it inside to where Hosmer, as you can see him, give him the target to the inside part of the base, and just gets Abraham. Abraham has reached base in all his last 18 games, all 18 games that he has started, and boy, he has played well.
Watch Rex Hudler's reaction on the left on Kansas City TV. Danny going over there. This is with Ryan Lefevre and Rex, the wonder dog, Rex Hudler. Here's Kyle Seager flied out to center his first time.
Now came into the game with a couple of home runs off of Chen. First time up, flew out to center field.
Thrown out at the plate in a tough, close call, and he was fired up. Threw the helmet down.
Yeah, last night.
Didn't bounce up and hit Vic Carapazza, and Eric White said, if you're going to throw him out for throwing that helmet down, you're going to have to throw me out. I said, no, I'm not throwing him out. It was a close play.
Well, I think the thing that's great about it is with Kyle, he's just so steady with everything that he does, and you rarely see the emotion, although he's fiery enough. But to see that last night, you can see how frustrated he was by the call. He clearly thought he had his hand in there.
One of the closer plays at the plate we've seen this season.
Every now and then I like to see that out of the guys. Show some emotion with what you're doing. It's important to them.
Michael Saunders called out on a check swing by Carapazza.
That ended the game.
Yeah, that was tough. Strike to Kyle, makes the count 3-2.
Morales waits on deck. Had a base hit and an RBI his first time up.
Outside, a walk. Mariners have a base runner, 2 outs here in the third. First walk issued by Chen, first walk in the ball game. Well, here's Morales. He drove in the first run of the ball game, the only run of the ball game. 1-1 pitch, base hit to left in the first. Takes his RBI total to 79. Two-step there for Darren Brown, the third base coach. Runner goes. Hit the other way. Perfectly done. Seager will get the third. See the Mariners putting the game in motion. A 2-for-2 night for Morales.
Well, there's a couple of things. Kyle gets a great jump at first, and because of that, the second baseman, Bonifacio, had to leave his spot early to cover. Kendrick's the pitch away from him, off the plate away, just a ground ball, routine ground ball, ends up finding the hole. So Kyle will move around to third, and you're right, Dave, putting the game in motion, ended up getting Morales a base hit. Mariners now have a runner in scoring position as Seager moves around to third, but a good jump by Kyle Seager.
Goody struck out on a 1-2 pitch. So the breaking ball for strike one. Pitch outside, 1-1. Play Goody straight away, not deep. Back up this way. All in 2 strikes. One-two pitch. And Goody strikes out for the second time in the ball game, stranding a couple of runners, but the Mariners lead it 1-0. Morales' first inning RBI. Time for the AT&T trivia question. Which franchise has the all-time best postseason winning percentage? Orioles, Yankees, Mets, or Marlins? Best postseason winning percentage. I'm going to go with Orioles. But it wouldn't shock me if it's the Marlins.
I think it is the Marlins. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Marlins.
Eric Hosmer to lead off. Hosmer base hit the left first time.
Things that we know about James Paxton is he will throw a lot of fastballs, and he's typically in his outings been right around 75% of his pitches have been fastballs. He's at 85% tonight. There's a good curveball.
Hosmer, strikeout victim. That's a half a dozen strikeouts as we play here in the fourth.
Let's take a look. Good curveball. I think he gets a piece of it.
Which is a heck of a lot closer than what we showed last night.
For those of you who didn't see it, he ended up striking out on a breaking ball similar to that one.
Ground ball backhanded by Miller.
Argued with the umpire that he had fouled it off, and he missed it by at least a foot, if not two. Here's a look at the swing. You can take a look right here. This is a good look at how far he missed that by.
Oh, baby.
Big strikeout by Oliver Perez. Good try to make Carapazza, the home plate umpire, wasn't buying.
If I were in the sales industry, I'd want that kid working for me tomorrow. Fan results on our trivia question. People going with the Marlins. Riding with Mike. Here's the 1-0.
Oh, what a tough hop.
Oh, I know you appreciate that.
Wow.
That was really sweet. 6 pitches for Paxton. Nice play by Kyle Seager. 1, 2, 3 go. The Royals in the fourth.
At third base, you're going to get stuck in between some hops. And Kyle, you can see at the last minute, he is stuck right there. And I love the fact that he was aggressive with it, comes in to get it, and is able to make the clean pick. Right here, comes in, come get it. What a good play. And you have to make that decision right away. Right here, he comes in and just smothers it with his glove. What a good play that is. A lot of top spin on that ball. And I think that's one of the areas that Kyle has improved. I know, Dan, you on the pregame show were talking about Kyle as a guy that has improved quite a bit after last year to this year.
Yeah, I got to love really improvement on both sides of the ball like we talked about, but defensively has played such a solid third base. And plays like that, you're right, making that quick decision. That's why they call it the hot corner. You got to make that early decision, and a nice play on that ball.
Well, they call it an in-between hop for a reason, and I love the fact that he was aggressive to come get it. So many times you'll see guys, they'll give up a little bit of ground on it, and that ball will take off on him and end up in left field. And I think you have a better chance because you are going to be in between sometimes. You don't have the opportunity as a shortstop or a second baseman to get around it and come get it right away. I think that's one of the years, because let's not forget Kyle had been primarily a second baseman.
Yeah.
And that's something that he had to learn, but a good quick step for him right there, ended up helping him make that play.
Smoak leading off. He's got a 2-0 count. Chen with a strike, 2-1. It'll be Smoak, Saunders, and Zunino. 6, 7, and 8 for the Mariners here in the fourth. 1-0 on a first inning RBI single by Kendrys Morales. Two and two. Popped up here over there with Rex and Ryan. How are those boys doing over there?
They're doing all right. There's a couple of guys, obviously Hud, the guy I played with, and Ryan Lefevre, a college teammate of mine at the University of Minnesota. Ryan was a freshman.
Right?
Yeah. So we roomed on the road, and Ryan came in.
He's still talking to you?
Yeah.
2-2 pitch.
But Ryan, a great, was a pretty good little college player. Played center field, had some speed, and took a big old hack for a leadoff hitter, but done such a great job with Kansas City for a lot of years now in the broadcast booth. And so we were in there discussing Hud and his at-bats against Randy Johnson, and one in particular where Hud had to give himself a little courtesy, a little tip of the cap to Randy.
On deck, Michael Saunders, 0 for 1 with a ground out. Three and 2 to Smoak, leading off the inning, and he's aboard with a walk. Take you back in a wayback machine, Daniel. Watch this.
Talking with Hud about this, he'd swung at the first two fastballs. He said, "Throw me another one." And Randy threw him the slider, and you can see Hud. He walks away and finally just gives him a little curtsy, tip of the cap. And I'll tell you what, Hud did some crazy stuff. I tell you what, he was fun. He had a lot of energy, played with a lot of energy, and that particular night was fun.
I think he and Randy were teammates in the minor leagues with the Expos.
Yeah, they were, and Hud said that he was 3 for 4 against Randy the time before in Seattle, and Randy got him back.
So base hit left field for Michael Saunders. Mariners in business now, first and second. Nobody out here in the fourth. He's up Mike Zunino. Zunino a strikeout victim his first time up.
Looks like a cut fastball and hits it off the end of the bat, but he finds a hole through the left side, hitting it past Moustakas. Again, that goes to the point where Moustakas has to play in close to the grass because Michael will drop a bunt from time to time for a base hit. We've talked a lot about Abraham Almonte creating some holes on the infield because he's shown that a lot, Danny, since he's been called up. And it's such an advantage if you can get those guys closer and cut down their range, and it paid off for Michael right there.
Yeah, that ball just out of reach of Moustakas, but you're right. He had to be in there. Michael does such a nice job with the bunt. Got the good speed.
A young rookie, young catcher here for the Mariners, Mike Zunino. 0-1. That hit by Saunders, the fifth hit by the Mariners, run on 5 hits, no errors, no runs, 3 hits and an error for Kansas City. Strike, 2-1. Popped up. Shortstop Escobar going back. Infield fly roll in effect. 1 out, 2 on. Hey, make plans to join the Mariners for the final Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package night of the season tomorrow at 7:10 against these Royals. Round up the family to take in the sights and the sounds of the ballpark one last time before spring, all at an affordable price. $15 is going to score each member of the gang a ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi. So get your tickets. Get them right now at Mariners.com. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Dan Wilson here in the booth with us, along with the Root Sports crew. As we wind down the 2013 season. Here's Nick Franklin, struck out on a 3-2 pitch. He was ahead 2-0 in that last at bat. Coming up tomorrow, CenturyLink to what's next. Not a series goes by that we don't see Irvin Santana, no matter what team he's playing for, right?
A lot of sliders coming tomorrow. We know that, don't we?
Sure do. Sashi Iwakuma, his final start of the season. Long run by the right fielder Maxwell. Ooh. Good effort. And the red. Oh, he had it. It was all his. Last week in Detroit, Prince Fielder. Yeah, I'll take one of those nachos. Thank you very much. As a catcher, do you have a little snack in there going for a foul ball?
No, I never. I always had the screen in the way most of the time.
Okay, maybe I was wondering, maybe
couldn't reach around and get something. Remember Larry Walker reaching in there,
yeah,
get some popcorn.
Great. Mattingly did it one time. Yes, he did, says Bill Miller. Franklin, head down, walks back. Strikeout number 5 for Bruce Chen.
This is the scouting report on Chen, Dan. You and I were talking about a lot of high fastballs, gets a lot of pop-ups, and gets a lot of swings and misses. It's hard to lay off at that pitch because you see it so well. Yeah, it's a good pitch up there for him because it sets up that slower stuff, the off-speed stuff down in the zone. And I thought maybe he was going to go with the breaking ball to try to get that ground ball double play. Instead, he went up the ladder and got Franklin swinging at it up top.
Bruce Chen has struck out 5. Back to the top of the order. Third time around here is Brad Miller, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Flipped into left field. Coming on is Gordon. That'll do it. So the Mariners get the first 2 men aboard and cannot move them up. 1-0. And the Mariners leading Kansas City. Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. James Paxton and the Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Look at that beard. Love the hat. I don't know if I could roll with that beard, but the hat's pretty cool. Tell you what, you never forget him, that's for sure.
No.
Justin Maxwell struck out looking first time. Long fly ball deep into the corner right field, going foul. He's one of the stronger guys we'll see in the American League, Justin Maxwell.
A lot of leverage. What is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5", yeah. 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes. Paxton so far through 4 has struck out 6, has not walked anybody. 2 crisp innings, the 3rd and the 4th, 12 pitches and 8 pitches.
I think the other part of it too is something, Dan, you and I were talking about, the heavy fastball. They haven't recorded a fly ball out yet. It's either been a strikeout or something on the ground.
Yeah, and that goes back to that plane we're talking about. He just works down so well in the zone. They do make contact, they beat it into the ground, which they've done, but they just can't get the ball in the air.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Maxwell, Kane, and Moustakas 6, 7, and 8 here for KC in the 5th. Chopper Zunino calls off his pitcher. Nice play.
Danny?
Pretty nice play by Zunino. Gets out in front of the plate very, very quickly. On a ball like this towards the third base side, the rule is if it's at the shortstop or to his left, you're going to turn your body around. You see him turn his back to first base, field the ball, and then get that good clean throw off. And
one of the other keys too, it looked like he told Paxton to get out of the way early.
Constant, communication is so important. Hey, I got it, I got it, I got it.
Yeah, you can hear him.
And Pax gets out of the way.
He directed traffic nicely last night on a bunt. Charlie Furbush threw a runner out at 3rd. There's Lorenzo Kane.
Those are the little things that we talk about from that catching position, Mike, that Mike Zunino has such a great handle on such an early part of his career. Not afraid to take charge, not afraid to bark out the orders, and that's what you love to see from the guy back behind the plate.
I think that's one of the things. Eric Wedge has really said a lot of nice positive things about Mike, but I think that's really, when you get down to it, the more he talks, that's kind of the core of it, is his ability to take charge, not afraid to go to the mound, talk to the pitchers, veteran or younger pitchers, and just take charge of the game, which you have to do. And Eric has certainly appreciated that, and the rest of it's been pretty good too.
Yeah.
And I know you were talking about it earlier, and it made me think of Mike a little bit, and that is when you came to the big leagues, you had to work on your hitting. Well, that'll be the next thing that probably comes for him. He has some pop in his bat, but he has a lot on his plate too, just trying to manage the game on a nightly basis. His hitting will come along.
Yeah, I think we talked about it when he first came up. I think his priority really this year was get his feet wet, understand what the pitching staff holds, understand what it's like to catch in the big leagues every single day. He had the hand injury, but he's back from that now. And
swing and a foul tip into Zunino's glove. 7th strikeout for Paxton. He's retired the last 9 men that he's faced. 2 out here in the 5th. Saying thanks to our youngest Mariner fans with prizes, surprises, mascots, and more for Kids Appreciation Day at Sunday against the A's. Thanks to Ivers and Kid Valley, all kids will receive a free Mariner Moose poster. Plus, there will be a prize giveaway all game long, including a BMX bike, flat screen TV, autographs, and more. For tickets to join in on the fun, go to Mariners.com. 2 outs, and here's Moustakas, struck out on 3 pitches in his first at bat. One. 7 strikeouts, 9 in a row retired by Paxton.
That's that occasional cutter right there. His fastball has been 94 to 97 tonight, but there's a little cutter, get himself back into the count.
Good work here. 1-2. 1-2 to Moustakas. Swing and a miss. His miseries continue. He's 0 for his last 12. Paxton dominating. That's his 8th strikeout. He's retired 10 in a row, and he's got a 1-0 lead. Trivia question, shall we? Which franchise holds the all-time best postseason winning percentage? I went with the Orioles. Mike went with the Marlins. Fans went with the Marlins. My second guess was the Marlins. And way to go, Mike. I know they've only been in the playoffs a couple of times.
That's the reason why I went with it. And I remember both those playoffs. I mean, one time they won it all. Jim Leland was their manager, so that had to be pretty good. And the
Jack
other time,
McKeon, first time.
So
was it 97 and 03? Here's Almonte to lead it off. Surprised the Orioles were that far down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. One. It'll be Almonte, Seager, and Morales here in the 5th against the veteran Bruce Chen. 8-3 with a 3.13 ERA.
Well, this has turned into a great pitching matchup. Two left-handers, but contrasting styles, Dan.
Yeah, obviously Paxton just tonight really dealing. 8 strikeouts, just using that fastball. He really mixed in his breaking ball and his little cutter that we've seen. Right. Occasional changeup, really a pretty good blueprint for pitching. And then Chen on the other side, using that fastball up in the zone.
86 miles an hour, getting away with it.
We've looked at that tracer. We've seen a lot of pitches up by the letters, but he's been pretty effective up there. And then, of course, the breaking stuff for him, too.
Popped up. Second baseman Emilio Bonifacio will take that. Monte running hard all the way to second base. One out. They're closing the roof here at Safeco Field.
I guess the point of it is there's different ways to do it. Get it done, Dan.
Yeah.
Bring up Kyle Seager. Fly to center and a walk. There's a roof. In motion. Ball.
You were ever this way when you were catching Jamie and Chen? I think, especially in today's game, is trying to pitch a lot like that. But I've seen Perez a couple of times when a batter will step out or before he gets in there, he won't give a sign. He just looks at Chen and just kind of gives him one of those. And it seems like, well, I guess you can throw whatever you want. But he doesn't give him any sign at all.
Well, I think you can do that with no runners on base, certainly, because like you mentioned, we talked about the velocity just isn't there. He throws a lot of breaking balls.
So you're not worried about getting crossed up by anything. And you probably have a good idea what he wants to throw anyway.
Right. And with runners on base, you need to know what's coming.
So that time popped way outside. See where he goes this time. Salvador Perez behind the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. Mariners are run on 5 hits. No runs, 3 hits and an error for Kansas City. Full count.
Trying to get Kyle to expand the zone a little bit on that breaking ball, but Kyle's showing pretty good discipline there with 2 strikes.
Good night for Morales. He's on deck. Hit well down the line. That is a foul ball.
I think sometimes you just see a pitcher. Well, Kyle coming into the game 4 for 8 with a couple of home runs off of Chin. So I don't think you're going to be able to fool him. He looks like he's picking the ball up early.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job taking those breaking balls. Looked like they came back with another breaking ball there, 3-2, and he was all over it.
Just missed a double.
Roof closing up here, probably warming up a little bit here at Safeco Field. Three-2 to Seager. Do it again. 3-2. Gordon, a long run towards the line. 2-time Gold Glover. Can't get that one. Long foul.
As you would expect. Just really mixing up his pitches. 80 pitches, 50 of them, half of them fastballs, and then a lot of curveballs and changeups from him. That's his style of pitching. That's what you would expect. On the flip side of that, Paxton has been up over 80% the entire game, Dan. So, again, 2 different styles.
Veteran against the youngster here. Chen against Seager. 3-2. Right field. Maxwell. There's Tom Glasgow. What's new, Tom?
All right, David, want to get everybody up to date on the wild card picture. Texas Rangers very much in the mix at home tonight, taking on the Houston Astros. Adrian Beltre looking to deliver for the Stros tonight. He had a home run. Joe Nathan trying to close it out and does. And the Rangers get it done. 3-2 the final. Again, very much in play for a wild card spot for Houston, guys. That is loss 107.
Ouch. Detroit Tigers clinch a playoff berth. Clinch a playoff berth, and number 1 to clinching the number for clinching the American League Central is down to 1. Tigers 4-2 over Minnesota. This one fouled back. 1-2 to Morales. Having a nice night, 2 for 2. Another foul back. Roof almost closed here at Safeco Field.
Dan, as a member of the Mariners Hall of Fame, do you ever get to go push the button and close the roof?
No.
No?
That's got to be a pretty exclusive club.
I think it's buried. But 1.
Here's a ball going straight away center field. Kane off his glove. He had a ball knuckle on him last night as Chen covers second base. Ball gets away. Actually, last night in center field, it was Dyson that had the problem.
Yeah. This ball is hit on a look. The way he gets on top of that fastball, well up out of the strike zone. Kane looks like he's there to make the play and just missed it. Granted, he was playing in and had to run back quickly, but I think he would tell you he should make that catch. Good look for him. McDonald Supermos goes off the side of his glove.
And you mentioned that ball up in the zone. We've seen him pitch up there, and that one was even higher than a lot of the pitches he's thrown up top there, but Morales able to get his hands on top of it.
34th double. 2-out base runner for Gutierrez.
Well, Mariners again need a clutch base hit. They had the base hit from Morales in the first inning, but they are 1 for 8 now with runners in scoring position, getting a lot of opportunities and having a tough time cashing them in. In fact, they've had a runner in scoring position in 4 of the 5 innings so far.
Juno. A little precip up there. Roof almost completing its task. Modern marble. There we go. 3-0. Franklin. 2 out with Morales at second. Just joining us, young James Paxton throwing a heck of a ball game. He's got 8 strikeouts through 5 innings and has retired the last 10 men that he's faced. Goody will take the walk.
Really looked like Chen had no intention of throwing a strike there, Blow. We think his chances with Smoak, first base open and 2 outs, but a little surprising he wouldn't even come close with anything.
Well, I think that was the key. I think, to me, I agree with you. I think that he was going to pitch around him, but if he wanted to chase something off the plate, go ahead, or chase that high fastball, go ahead. And then he comes back to scouting reports. Justin has struggled from the right side of the plate, and you know, I know that you know this. Before the game, you're going to go through those numbers, and the good news for the Mariners is he's starting to swing a little bit better. Had his first home run hitting right-handed on this last road trip, but I think that's the biggest reason. Even though he was able to strike Gutierrez out his first 2 times.
Yeah.
Smoak 0 for 1. That makes him 2 for 12 against Bruce Chen. Chance to do some work here with 2 outs and 2 on. Strike 1. With 2 here to Smoak.
We have some action out in the Royals bullpen. Chen now. He's at 92 pitches. Will Smith, he pitched in last night's ball game. Good fastball and hard slider.
Just got a piece of it. Fourth inning, Mariners got the first 2 men on, couldn't score. Here, after 2 outs, they get 2 men aboard. Smoak trying to bring somebody home, 0-2. Well hit left field, got carry, got high, gone! 3-run homer for Justin Smoak. Another right-handed home run for Big Smokey. His second in 3 days for the season. Smoak with his 19th home run. Takes RBI total to 48. Got on top of that pitch. Got it on an 0-2 count.
Well, I think that's the key, Dan. The Mariners making some adjustments. We saw Morales hit the high fastball, and now Smoak. He gets on top of fastball. It's in the middle of the plate, but it's also at the top of the strike zone. He drives it out into the Royals bullpen. Good adjustment by the Mariners here in the 5th inning. Their 3rd time through the lineup.
Typically with 2 strikes, Mike, you try to get the hitter to expand his zone, especially when you're going up top. That one right at the top of the strike zone and in the middle of the plate, and Smokey just got his barrel to it. Hit it well into the bullpen out there in left. So that backfired on him a little bit, putting Gutierrez on. And you take a look at the swing by Justin again, able to get his right hand
working for him, and that's how he gets on top of it as he drives it over the bullpen. 19th home run of the year for him.
Second in 3 days from the right side.
Yeah.
Great sign. Two to Saunders, and Hosmer grabs, and Saunders. Oh boy, close play. Gary Cederstrom right there. Big call, but the big moment. Smoak with a 3-run homer, 4-0 Mariners. A hint of Old Spice, Mr. Paxton. He's got 8 Ks.
He's been impressive, and he's done it primarily with his fastball. Again, he's been right around 85%. One of the things, Dan, that you were talking about was the plane of his fastball, but he's also mixed in some good curveballs tonight.
Yeah, I think a nice job of game calling again by Mike Zunino, mixing in that breaking ball from time to time. And look at the location on that fastball, down in the strike zone, and working that plane downward, inside on the inside half. Tell you what, he's been very impressive again here tonight.
4th start for Paxton, and this is the 3rd time he's pitching into the 6th inning. He's retired the last 10 men that he's faced. He's got Escobar, Gordon, and Bonifacio. 9-1-2 here in the 6th inning. Escobar took a called 3rd strike his first time up. So a 3-run homer by Justin Smoak. It's a cushion for Paxton. 2-1. Ball struck the center field, backing up Almonte. He's there. 1 out. It's 11 in a row retired by Paxton. It's a catcher you'll find in your own home rather than behind home plate. This Saturday, the first 10,000 fans receive a kitchen catcher, a compact collection bin to dispose of your food waste at home, courtesy of BASF. Help strike out the landfill by picking up tickets right now to Kitchen Catcher Day versus the A's at Mariners.com. Jamie Moore and his wife Karen in town here. Good to have him at the ballpark. Fun catching him, wasn't it, Dan?
Oh, Mr. Moyer, yeah, I tell you what, one of the best changeups in the game for a long period of time. Just kept throwing that pitch.
Back to the top of the order. Alex Gordon, he's behind 0-2 to Paxton.
By the way, that fly ball to center field, first fly ball out in the game off of Paxton. Everything's been on the ground or the strikeout.
Eight strikeouts, 11 consecutive batters retired by Paxton.
There you can see it. Just the one fly out. And What that tells you is that plays in any ballpark, doesn't matter how big it is, keeping it on the ground or striking guys out. Another strikeout for him.
It's number 9 and 12 in a row retired. 2 down here in the 6th.
That's another reason why right there. Mikey saw on the tracer down at the bottom part of that zone. Good pitch on the outside corner. Again, Mike Zunino setting up out there, and Paxton just hitting it right there in the bottom part of the zone. Tough to do anything with that pitch.
Strike 1 to Bonifacio. Bounced into a double play and struck out.
And even though he has the 9 strikeouts, he's been efficient in this one. Just 78 pitches working here in the 6th.
1-1.
Double play in the first, and when you get ground balls, you typically can be pretty efficient. But you're right, a lot of strikeouts. But his pitch count only at 80. Really like the pacing. He really gets the ball, gets back up there ready to pitch.
Two one.
I tell you, and a big part of that, and I know you've mentioned it a couple times, Dan, is Mike Zunino, the catcher. He's not messing around. He's getting right after it, and he sees how good his fastball is tonight, and he's throwing it even more than he has in the past games, even though it's been a lot. It's working.
Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mike Zunino's going right at these guys with that fastball.
2-2, 2 out, nobody on. Pitch to Bonifacio. Base hit down the line. Into the corner. Saunders will dig it out. A double by Bonifacio, his 22nd. That ends a run of 12 consecutive hitters retired by James Paxton.
This is one of the few hitters that's been able to hit his curveball. Firm ground ball past a diving Seager at third. Royals have only had 1 runner in scoring position. That was back in the 2nd inning after the double by Kane, which was down the left field line also.
Brings up Eric Hosmer, base hit to left, and a strikeout. First pitch strike.
And their hits have been on the ground.
Yeah.
There you go. Did not. Check with Vic Carapazza. 1-1.
A little surprising, Mike. I just checking. It looks like, see the first pitch strike there, just under half.
Surprising. It seems like it's been a better rate than
exactly.
that.
Paxton will take this himself.
What a play by Smoaky.
Man, he has really done a nice job at first base this season. Smoak bails out Paxton there. Here's another look. That ball gets buried down there. Smoak is able to backhand and not get trampled at the same time. Nice job. Look at the Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. We'll wrap it up with the Royals tomorrow, day off Thursday, and then the season concludes with the weekend series with the Athletics. It's all about best records for some teams here, and top records you get the Sox, the Athletics, and the Tigers. Tigers clinching a playoff berth tonight. The magic number 1 to clinch the division. It's a tight race. Means a lot. Bruce Chen, his night is over.
Bruce Chen, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 97 pitches. Gave up the big home run to Justin Smoak. Out of the 97 pitches, 61 of those were strikes tonight.
Making his major league debut, here's Chris Dwyer, 6'3", 210 out of Boston. Played for Northwest Arkansas and Omaha last year. That's a fair ball off the bat of Zunino. Moustakas grabbed by Hosmer, pulled him off the bag.
I wasn't sure if Hosmer was able to get his foot back in time. Good hustle by Mike Zunino. He hit it hard. Be an infield hit.
Base hit for Zunino.
See the diving effort by Moustakas at third. He was able to get up quickly. The throw is offline, and Hosmer, who's a really good first baseman, had to come off the bag. It looked like he tried to get his foot back in there. I couldn't tell if he touched the base or not. Right there, he must have missed it because he had it back in time. That'll be an infield hit for Zunino.
Another look. I missed. There you go.
He was short. He was short of a good call. Gary Cedarstrom, veteran umpire, was right on top of it.
Tough night for Nick Franklin. A couple of strikeouts swinging at the hands of Bruce Chen. He's ahead here 2-0. There's a play earlier in the year with Todd Helton. Good 2 feet off the bag, sold it, and confidently walked off, and they gave it to him. I mean, he was a good 2-3 feet off.
And of all teams, I found it ironic because it was against the Dodgers, and Don Mattingly, who was one of the best first basemen I've ever seen, was not happy at all. And he was one of the best at selling it, but I doubt he ever was able to get away with one that was 2 feet off the bag.
Honest to goodness, I don't even think Mr. Fairley did that. Ron Fairley was taught in the Dodger organization back in the 50s. I loved reading that article with Keith Hernandez. They passed it on down the line. Just sell it. Hey, walk off. Head them all the way. Tell me catchers don't do that. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're halfway through the dugout on some pitches, right? 2-2. Foul ball.
That's a pretty nifty pick down there by Hosmer.
He's good.
Yeah, that's a tough play, right? I mean, you've been over there to know when to come off the bag to make a pick like that. That's a tough play.
Play here in the home 6th. The man aboard for the Mariners. 2-2 to Franklin. Full count. Leadoff man Brad Miller's on deck. And hit by Zunino, the Mariners' 8th. Nick Franklin looking to extend his hitting streak to 8 games. And he does. He's hit the 7th. Mariners have the first 2 men aboard. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years. Keep up with the pennant races and catch the rest of the 2013 season in HD quality. Watch every out-of-market game live on more than 350 mobile and connected devices. Visit MLB.TV today.
Dave Island, pitching coach for the Royals, making a trip out to the mound. And Chris Dwyer making his major league debut. Guess one of the first things you tell him is to breathe, Dan?
Yeah, that's right.
We all have to go through it. Sometimes it's easier than others, but he's out there.
You don't have to name names, but what do you remember about maybe walking some guys through their inaugural voyage?
Well, I think a lot of times guys get out there and they feel like they can all of a sudden throw about 150 miles an hour, and they try to do that, and they just get out of what their game is. And just got to calm them down a little bit, and like you said, Mike, just tell them to breathe.
Miller on. Here we go. Get some issues here. Throw to third.
Missed it.
Dropped it. Runner Franklin going to second. So the Mariners get the 2 runners moved up without having to get a bunt down.
Well, it's a good play by Perez, the young catcher for the Royals. He sees Zunino gets too far off the bag and throws it behind him. Mike does the right thing, though. He knows he's going to be out, so he just breaks for third, and it looked like they had him. Moustakas, the third baseman, wasn't able to handle it. He drops the throw. It looked like it was going to be there in time to a break for the Mariners.
Infield in. Look out.
That was a heads-up play by Perez. And Moustakas just not able to handle that throw. It looked like hit him right in the glove. Maybe got him in the heel, but trying to make the tag before he had the ball.
Base hit should get 2 here for Miller. 1 and 2.
Smart play by Perez to come up throwing on that ball. When you get runners at first and second, especially a guy like Zunino, not known for his speed, he's going to be trying to get the best jump he can to get to third base because it's a force. And a lot of times you can get him caught on that front foot like they did, and Perez did the right thing.
Breaking ball upstairs, 2-2.
And had Moustakas held on to it, they would have had him.
Yostin's 4th year. 2-2. He did go, says Bill Miller. So Brad Miller is struck out.
Chris Dwyer going with his breaking ball, able to get Brad to commit to it. I'll bring up Abraham Almonte, the switch hitter. He'll turn around and hit right-handed. Almonte in the game, 1 for 3. Got a base hit in the first inning.
Eric Radovich, the official score, has given Zunino a stolen bases first in the big. Still waiting on a ruling on Franklin getting down to second.
Saw Kelvin Herrera getting loose in the pen for the Royals.
E5 allows Franklin to get down to second.
I'll tell you what, if catcher gets his first bag, they ought to take that thing out of the peg.
Great call.
Put it in the clubhouse. Come on.
Hey, Bobby Christopherson, make a note of that. Grab that bag when the game's over. Give it to Zunino. That's a good call, Dan. That's pretty good. 23 career stolen bases for Dan Wilson. Did you know you had that
and
many?
An inside the park home
I know about that one,
yeah.
But the 23 bags, I would have had the under on that one on a guess.
I must have been on the back end of a lot of double steals.
101 Almonte. 23 of 37. Giddy up. What's up with that? Mr. Buhner was 6 for 30. Stolen base attempts. 2-1 here to Almonte. Infield in. 2-1. It's a strike.
I told you, Ross. I didn't call the hat trick. I didn't call the hydrant, but this one I had nailed.
2-2. Struck him out.
After a couple of base hits, he comes up with 2 good strikeouts on some breaking balls.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Couple of ducks on the pond for Kyle Seager with 2 outs.
Looks like he likes his curveball. Mike got back into the count with it a couple of times and then uses it for a strikeout. Pretty good little 12-6 curveball.
The key of it is kept it down in the zone, getting the guys to swing over the top of it.
Mariners running the first of the Morales RBI, then a 3-run shot by Smoak in the 5th, the second right-hand home run hit in the last 3 days. Seager pops one up. Escobar is there. Mariners leave 2 after a nice start. They go strikeout, pop up, but they've got a 4-0 lead. Sound Acura dealers. Visit Puget Sound Acura dealers to test drive the extremely new MDX as we look at I-5 just south of downtown. Mariners lead at 4-0. They just hit runners at second and third. Nobody out. I was talking to Denny Matthews, Hall of Fame broadcaster for the Kansas City Royals, and he said, I wish I had $1 for every time the Royals have gotten out of a second and third nobody out situation and not been scored upon. And I said, I'll take the flip side.
Medina going to get loose in the pen. James Paxton now at looks like 86 pitches for Paxton.
Pitching into the 7th. Good stuff here. Billy Butler, Salvador Perez, and Justin Maxwell. Very impressive here, boys.
Yep, 88 pitches, 58 strikes. Only giving up 4 hits.
Yeah, 2 of those came in the first, Mike. One on an infield single and a single by Hosmer. But he's really just been in control of this ball game and has made good use. You can see 85% fastball, but he's mixed that 15% off speed has been a combination of a changeup curve and even that cutter.
Off his glove, Franklin throws out Butler. 1-4-3 in the scoring.
I think that's one of the big differences in this game from what we've seen in the past, Dan, is his breaking ball has been much better, and when he's thrown it, it's been effective. It hasn't been just a wasted pitch for him to come back with his fastball. He's been getting some outs and some strikeouts with that pitch.
He had a great run at the ending the second inning, and then into 2 outs in the 6th where he retired 12 consecutive hitters. There's Perez. Ground out to short. Seager made a fabulous play to take possible base hitters. Another ground ball foul though. Down the line. Kansas City's won 4 of its last 5. 14-7 record in the month of September. Still alive. That young in there with high-fiving everybody getting a baseball. Bomber jacket on, the camo hat. Good stuff. pitch. He's ahead 0-2.
And there's that curveball right there, like you were talking about, Mike. Gets ahead with a fastball, then goes to the breaking ball down in the zone. Good pitch.
All 2 strikes.
Still throwing hard. 96 miles an hour on that fastball.
Again, well located fastball up and in. Might go to that breaking ball here. See Zunino with the low target.
2-2. Right field. Going over is Goody. Makes the catch. 2 down. Here's Tom Glasgow.
Dave from the Ford Sports Desk. We want to take you to Cleveland and show you the great moment tonight for the Tribe and Jason Giambi. 2 on for Giambi. Bottom of the 9th, his ball club is down 4-3. And take a look, and there it goes. The 2-run shot for Jason Giambi, the oldest player in Major League history to deliver a walk-off home run. Oh, and he gets home in style. Nicely done. The Tribe a step closer to locking up a playoff spot.
All right, Tab, thank you. Here's the ball fouled back. Take a look at the updated standings here in the American League for the wild card chase. Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Texas a game back. Hopes fading for KC in New York. Texas wins 3-2 at home tonight against Houston. And Tampa Bay, they defeated the Yankees 7-0. 0-2 to Maxwell. Strike him out. 10 strikeouts for James Paxton through 7 innings. 7 strong innings. He's got a 4-0 lead. Washington's lottery turned 28.6 million Washingtonians into winning heirs. They could do the same for you. Thanks to Washington's lottery, winning heirs are made daily. What a fine pitching performance by rookie James Paxton in this 4-0 Mariner lead. Through 7, he struck out 10, has not walked anybody, and has looked really impressive. And Dan Wilson, from your catcher's eyes, what else do you like?
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy is just really pitching well above his years tonight, as he's done really in all of his starts. Dave just has a great fastball. He's still throwing 96 miles an hour, mixing in more of that breaking stuff, and just his location tonight has been incredible, and he's really controlled the tempo of this game.
Iwakuma, the last Mariners rookie to record strikeouts, this many strikeouts in a game, double digits. He went for 13 against Toronto July 30th last year. Career best 10 for Paxton.
97 pitches. His night's probably finished. Turned it over to the bullpen for the last couple of innings. A good outing for him.
Dwyer throws out Morales. 1 down. Here in the 7th, fan appreciation night is Friday. And as if fireworks and fantastic prizes weren't enough, Felix was just added to the lineup. So come cheer on Felix from the Kings Court in his final home start of the season. Pick up your ticket, a t-shirt, and a K card for only $30 at Mariners.com/Felix. We have this Medina warming up. And a hitter right now, Franklin Gutierrez, who struck out twice, walked and scored. Scored ahead of Smoak in a 3-run homer in the 5th. Morales got the Mariners on the board in the 1st of the single, and then a 3-run homer hit right-handed by Justin Smoak, if you're just joining us. Second right-hand home run hit by Big Smokey in 3 days. First 2 of the year. He's on deck here.
I'll tell you one of the other things too with James Paxton, Dan, is earlier in the season he was having some command issues. He clearly figured that out. Had been pitching really well at AAA, and then he comes up here, and again he pitched well again tonight. And maybe one of the more impressive things to go along with the 10 strikeouts, he didn't walk anybody.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even close. It didn't seem like. It's a great command of that strike zone. Really, the way he's moved his fastball around.
Goody gets into one down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Full count. Coming up on Friday, our CenturyLink link to what's next. And this is a good matchup. Bartolo Colon against Felix Hernandez. The A's having clinched their 2nd division crown in as many years. And they are vying now for the best record in the American League. Two. Breaking ball from Dwyer misses. And Goody's aboard with 1 out. Take a look at what Smoak did his last time up. Our Columbia Bank difference of the game.
He gets on top of a fastball from Chen and drives it out into the Royals bullpen. Justin Smoak, his 19th home run. But more importantly, he drives in 3 runs. A 3-run homer for Smoak. Give the Mariners a little breathing room in this one.
So you mentioned it, Mike, when he hit it, but the fact that the Mariners made the adjustment, Chen really was up in the strike zone all night long on purpose, and Justin Smoak just able to make that adjustment and make him pay for it.
Well, and Morales did too. He doubled.
Yeah.
He was one of the base runners. He doubled on a high fastball. Fastball was probably even higher than that one up out of the strike zone. And both of them getting on top of it and able to drive it. Medina, he looks like he's ready to go out in the pen.
Strike 1 to Justin. Breaking ball misses. 1-1. Paxton, by the way, had just 1 3-ball count. Four runs on 9 hits for the Mariners. No errors. They've left 8 men aboard. No runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors for Kansas City. They've left 3. Comebacker to Dwyer. Throws to Bonifacio over to Hosmer for an inning-ending double play. 8th inning coming up. Medina will take over on the mound for the Mariners, who lead at 4-0.
things down. The Mariners with a 4-0 lead over the Kansas City Royals. Tom Glasgow with you from the Ford Sports Desk. We are less than 48 hours away from Big Sky Conference football right here on Roots Sports, and the conference season gets underway in Portland on Thursday night. Terrific matchup. The Vikings of Portland State taking on the Mustangs of Cal Poly. That'll get underway at 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday from Flagstaff, Arizona, Montana, and Northern Arizona, two nationally ranked clubs going head-to-head. Big Sky football on Thursday and Saturday right here on Roots Sports as we send it back to the booth.
All right, thank you, Tom. Right above the A and Safeco field there, behind home plate. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Dan Wilson joining us tonight. Uravis Medina taking over. He'll face the bottom third of the order here in the 8th inning.
What a find he has been for the Mariners this year. 61 appearances, ERA right at 3, 68 strikeouts over the 66 innings that he has pitched, and opponents hitting just 203. Good fastball. He'll be 95 miles an hour with a hard slider.
Here's Lorenzo Cain. First pitch strike. Cain, Moustakas, and Escobar. Doubling the strikeout for Cain tonight. It's a good pitch by Medina. 0-2. Two pitch. Could not get him to bite. Stephen Pryor's injury, the lat muscle injury, tear, knocked him out for the year, and it opened up the door for Medina. Made the most of his opportunity this season. Yep, a little chilly here. Started out at 58 degrees. First pitch back at 7-11. Two balls, two strikes. Off speed pitch, got him looking. Medina, good start for him in the 8th. One out. The last booth action for you boys here from John Flint. Dan on strike 3. If the ball gets to the backstop, what are the chances of throwing out the batter?
Well, a lot of times it's not good based on a couple of factors. The ball gets all the way back to the backstop. You know, for every stride you're taking, that runner's taking a stride towards first base to be able to get the ball, get a throw off. That's a long throw from back there. So once it gets to the backstop, you don't have much of a chance. But if you can knock it down, and if it rolls between you and the backstop, then you've got somewhat of a chance to field it and get a throw off and get it down to the first baseman. A lot of it too, first baseman needs to help you out. He needs to come off the bag a little bit, give you a good target to get a throw down there, because that runner running, it can be a difficult throw.
Good ballparks for ricochets.
There's no good ballparks for ricochets because the ball's behind you.
Yeah,
that's not good. But you know, the old Yankee Stadium, I don't know what it's like now, but the old Yankee Stadium was a long way back.
Don't worry
to the
about it getting from home to second.
Yeah, I tell you what, it could happen.
It had to run downhill too.
Yeah, it was a strange layout there, but that's the only one that comes to mind.
We have some of them now, and they're a little bit strange too, because in the back, instead of the padding, they have the bricks.
Yeah.
And you can be lucky and it can ricochet right back to you, or it can go anywhere else, and then you have no chance.
Well, I remember back when you guys called the perfect game with Humber. Strike 3 on the last out was a ball that got by Pierzynski, I believe.
Yeah, it
Didn't
was.
quite make it to the backstop, but he came a pretty good ways and had to make a pretty difficult play to get the runner at first.
Right, to get Brendan Ryan.
Did Brendan he stand there and argue a little bit?
A little bit. Check swing. He said a couple things, then he took off and went down the line. But AJ threw him out. They had him 3-4 steps.
Yeah.
2-2 to Mustagas. Ground ball. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 down. Here in the 8th. Big time and money riding Sounder from Lakewood and South Tacoma to Seattle. For schedules, visit soundtransit.org. 2 outs. Brings up the shortstop, Alcides Escobar. Took a called third strike and flied out to center. Did not, as he checks with Gary Cederstrom. Fouled off. Kerwin Danley and Nick Franklin having a running dialogue out there. Kerwin been known as one of the real chatty guys.
And, he was doing it last night with Kyle Seager at third.
I looked up and they're having a good time, man.
Yeah, he and Kyle were going last night.
Tony Gwynn, teammate at San Diego State. 1-1. Stay with me, kid. Show you the ropes.
They're getting after it out there.
Fouled off. I just happened to look up. I caught him in the corner of my eye, and they've been having a blast. 2-2. Couple guys hanging out in a baseball game. You guys need a beer? Seager nicely played again. Throws him out. Medina has a very fine 8th inning. Goes 1-2-3. Mariners 4-0 lead. It has been a good night for the Mariners. Stellar pitching and some clutch hitting. James Paxton, 7 innings of 10 strikeouts, shutout ball over 7 innings. Justin Smoak, a 3-run homer. Morales, an RBI single. As we get ready for the 8th inning, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Dan Wilson, and the Root Sports crew. Michael Saunders to lead it off. And a new pitcher is Kelvin Herrera for the Kansas City Royals. Saunders, Zunino, and Franklin, 7, 8, 9 coming up. Swing and a miss by Michael. Michael tonight, a ground out to first, base hit to left, and another ground out to first. Danny Farquhar heating up. Good off-speed pitch at 86 from Herrera. Saunders way out front. Swing and a miss. Saunders, boy, overmatched him on that at 99. Here's Tom Glasgow.
Dave, thanks from Ford Sports Desk. It was a case of oh so close in St. Louis for Michael Wacha, starting pitcher for the Cardinals. He is just 1 out away from a no-hitter. There he is. He's going to seal this thing. But Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals, the chopper. Pete Kozma, the shortstop. The scoop, the throw. Zimmerman safe. The no-hit bid busted up. Cardinals win it 2-0.
All right, Tom. Cardinals going to be tough in the postseason.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a team they're my pick to go all the way, I think, Dave.
Yeah, they're going to make a good run at best record in the National League. Here's Zunino. Here's a look. Braves have a doubleheader coming up. That's why it's a half-game differential. Playoffs are going to be fun. 1-2 to Zunino. Pretty good arsenal here by Herrera tonight. Good fastball, good off-speed pitching.
We saw him in Kansas City. He was upper 90s, pushing 100 miles an hour. 3.95 ERA, but 72 strikeouts over 57 innings. Going 99 miles an hour. When was your last year, Dan?
05.
I don't know what it just seems like every bullpen has a couple of guys that are pushing 97, 98 miles an hour. Look at that fastball, 99 miles an hour. Whew.
Quick 2 down, double dose at 99 here in the 8th inning. This Friday night on Root Sports, don't miss another high school football game of the week presented by Papa Murphy's. Tune in to see the Newport Knights kick off against the Issaquah Eagles. Action begins at 10:30 p.m. Don't miss your favorite local teams in action this season here on Root Sports. Ball 1 to Nick Franklin, got a base hit last time up, extended his hitting streak to 8 games.
It seems like you can remember the guys on one hand who could throw 95 and above out of any bullpen really in the big leagues, and now you could have that many in one bullpen alone, and I think it's made a huge impact on the game. These guys throwing 95 plus, coming in late in the game with tight situations, runners on base. These guys have held a lot of leads, and maybe that's we were talking about this, Mike. Maybe that's why we've seen a lot of extra inning games. These bullpens just don't give up a lot of runs.
Well, it's tough. I mean, you just look in the Mariner bullpen. The right-handers, Medina hits 95, Farquhar 95, Wilhelmsen, Noesi, Caps, they're all throwing 95 or better.
Herrera impressive. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. Top of the 9th, lockdown time. 4-0 Mariners here at Safeco Field. Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. And by Sterling Bank. Nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Breezy night, about 55 degrees right now in Seattle. 4-0 Mariners. And they're really putting a dent in the hopes of the Kansas City Royals' fading dreams of getting into the postseason. Here's Danny Farquhar.
Danny, in closing for the club, second half of the season, this is not a save opportunity for Farquhar. 15 saves on the year for him, a 4.36 ERA, 77 strikeouts over 53 2/3. It's a big number for Danny. Opponent's hitting .219. Good fastball 95 to 96 miles an hour. 12.6 curveball and a cutter. Cutter be about 90, 91 miles an hour.
Top of the order, Alex Gordon. Way upstairs. Ball one. Gordon tonight. 1 for 3. Got a Baltimore chop right off the plate first inning. He's racing a double play. Ran out and strikeout look. Strike 2-1. Paxton, 7 strong innings, 10 strikeouts, 4 hits. Medina throws a scoreless 8th with a strikeout. 2-2 to Gordon. Did not go. Adamant call by Vic Carapazza down at third. Full count. On deck, Emilio Bonifacio, the second baseman. 1 for 3 night. Bouncing ball to Smoak. Farquhar does his job. 1 out. This does not include tonight.
All those strikeouts, and you can see what's happened over the last 6 years, Dan. And that, I think that goes to what we're talking about. So many guys with the velocities that they throw at, and you can see the strikeout numbers, the season records throughout Major League Baseball, and where those numbers are. And a big part of that is just the increased velocities.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's, there really hasn't been a new pitch that's introduced or anything like that. It's just the velocity of fastballs has gone up, and that's why you're seeing these strikeout records set just about every year.
Right.
Ball 1 to Bonifacio. Mariners get a run in the first. Kendrys Morales, an RBI single. Then a big 3-run shot in the 5th off the bat of Justin Smoak. 19th homer. His RBI total of 48. His second right-hand home run in 3 days. Two and 1. Ground ball. Franklin stays with it. 2 outs. So the Mariners 1 out away from victory. Good hitter Eric Hosmer, 1 for 3. Ball 1 to Hosmer. No.
Danny, your last game of the year.
It is indeed.
Yeah. Thanks for your help this year.
Hey,
Always a pleasure, Dan.
You guys make it a lot of fun up here, so thank you guys.
You're welcome and good to have you with us. Base hit for Hosmer. 2-0 pitch. Let's take a look at our DirecTV American League West standings. Athletics, as you know, have clinched. Texas trying to find its way into the playoffs via the wild card. Beat Houston tonight. Brings up Billy Butler. 0 for 1 career against Farquhar. Strike out a couple of ground outs tonight here for Billy. One to one. The Royals down to their last strike here. 9th inning, 1 on, 4-0 Mariners. Crowd of 12,528 on hand. 1-2 pitch from Farquhar. Fouled off. Butler ready. The 1-2 from Farquhar outside. Stopped by Zunino. Nice job. 2-2.
Boy, Mike Zunino had to go a long way for that ball. Did a nice job keeping it in front of him. He's done a very nice job tonight again.
2-2 from Danny. Outside. Bouncing in the dirt. Full count. On deck is the catcher, Salvador Perez, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Farquhar has worked a full count. 3-2 to Billy Butler to pitch. Ground ball. Miller throws over and gets Butler, and that's the ball game. The Mariners have ended a 5-game home losing streak. James Paxton, Medina, and Farquhar combined. Smoak with a 3-run homer. Morales with an RBI. 4-0 final. Mariners win it. We're back with more right after this.